Mitchell, you broke it. I blame you. More power, baby. Literally smoking all 4 tires. But suddenly I had a lot of power and then instantly I didn't.
It's like a bad nightmare happening again for me.
We sucked. And we sucked hard. Well, the race got canceled. But as you can tell, we're still going somewhere. Long story short, Saturday has a terrible, terrible chance of rain at Gulfport. So the Civil War II that we were headed to is going to be rained out. It's not something that we're going to be able to get in. There's just too many people driving too far. Blah, 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 blah. We decided to reschedule it for January. But Friday night, tonight, there's still action going on. And so the plan right now is to go to No Problem Raceway. It's over in Louisiana. It's like a 4.5, 5-hour drive for me. But we're going to get over there, and they're doing a no prep. So basically 8th mile starting line, flashlight start, 1 person at the end, you know, straight up OG no prep. BJ is going to be on the light. There's going to be some heavy hitters in that class. I'm hoping they let me back in the daily driver, which is what I was supposed to be in at Civil War, but they're kind of up in the air about it. Those guys, they don't really like the whole 4-wheel drive thing, trying to sneak into a daily driver class. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens when we get there. You don't win if you don't go race, so let's go racing. All right, so we have made it here. We've made it to No Problem Raceway. It's where we're going to start the night out. It took us quite a bit to drive here, a little over 5 hours, but we have made it. We are about to roll in the gate now. Just picked up my tech card, paid at the gate, and we'll see what happens. Definitely some tough looking rides out here, so we're getting teched in right now. Still undecided on what class they're going to put me in. They're kind of talking about splitting things up. Originally, there's going to be like an all-motor, daily driver, and a small tire class, but I think they're trying to put a true street together. They're trying to do a couple of things, so we're going to see what they end up doing with that. But right now, we're in the line for tech. Definitely Louisiana, bringing it big time out here at No Problem Raceway. So wish us luck. Let's see what we can get done.
Doing one. They got multiple calls that backed out tonight, so we're just doing one class.
All right, so we just had a driver's meeting and still haven't decided what class we're going to be in. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's really said yes or no about the truck. Most of the dailies that we've talked to don't have a problem with it. So we're trying to get the rest of them up here. I'm either going to be the last pair in small tire or the first pair in daily. So we're going to see what they want to do. But all right, so they put us in daily driver. It took a little bit of back and forth, no big deal. Everything was cool. Basically, they did the right thing, put us in daily. There was just too big of a gap between me and a lot of the small tire cars. There's chassis cars, there's big block cars, the headers out of the fender, you name it. You know, they knew we came a long way, drove a long way. We're not a class killer or anything. So they went ahead and put us in daily. There is some serious freaking muscle here, man. Even the daily class is absolutely no joke. So we got our hands full with this one, but we're gonna see what happens. All right, here go another all-wheel drive truck. An S10. Us all-wheel drive guys gotta stick together.
Got more in here, man. We got more in here. What y'all?
Come on up. You grab?
Got one more in here.
Oh, I'm about to start
Missing the car.
11.
Down.
We got a 2, man.
2.
I got a 2.
Honda. Truck.
Said them 2 was gonna read.
Yep.
All right, so I told you guys that Louisiana No Problem was bringing some serious heat to this daily driver class, and we got one of them. So we drew a guy named Hunter. I'm not sure of his last name, but he's got an absolutely nasty F-body. This thing, to me, from looking around, is one of the class killers. It's going to be a handful to beat first round. We're going to do all we can. Basically, I've got all the tune-up in the truck I can give it. We're going to see what it does. All right, going into round 1. Let's go. Mitchell, you broke it. I blame you. I haven't had a charge pipe blow off since you drove it. And that happened while I was on the two-step there on the starting line. Things were getting spicy, and then they weren't. I wasn't sure if we hit too much boost and hit some kind of safety, which I have most of those turned off. I didn't expect that we would ever get there. But suddenly I had a lot of power, and then instantly I didn't. We got put out a daily driver. The guy made a great pass. Probably would have been a damn good race if we'd have got to sit beside him the way we wanted to. Boudreaux's checking out the tune right now, trying to see how much we left on, seeing if it was something we thought the track could have took or not. Montana's under there. He's trying to get the pipe out. We're going to roll a bead on it, and we're going to see if we can pick up some garage races. Got the bead roll, boy. Stick her out there. No more charge pipe delete mod, maybe. Well, we found the culprit. So the clamp completely broke. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but the bolt here, it left the chat. Still, Mitchell, I'm blaming you, bro. This is all on you. It's all your fault. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, at some point in time when I put the clamp back on, I guess I over tightened it. Something happened, but this guy's not happy, and that's what popped on the starting line. I felt it as soon as it happened. I didn't really know what happened, but it just instantly died. It laid over, didn't leave on any power. Well, obviously, there's a massive difference between the 22 pounds that we were at when this broke and an all-motor 5.3. So anyway, we're going to pull around for some grudge racing. Well, round two.
You are. My bad.
Need to put some diesel clamps on this thing, man.
It's like a bad nightmare happening again for me.
I know
I've
it.
been through all of this already.
All right, need to take this off and re-weld it.
This thing made it.
On there.
It made a 40-pound pass. It made 320-pound passes. All right, so the frustrations continue. We blew the charge pipe off for the second time, this time in a different spot. This was up near the throttle body as opposed to on the pre-intercooler side like we did the first time. Man, it's frustrating to have driven 5 hours and then have these type of issues, but it's part of it. This is something that you have to deal with if you want to race and you want to get better. Basically, we did learn a couple of things. Before the charge pipe exited the chat, we were able to learn that whatever kind of boost it left on, we're pulling the data log now, is entirely too much because the 4-tire fire and 4-tire dance I was doing is not the way to race. So the track's kind of tight to be a no prep. There's a lot of tack down on it. When they scraped the track today, which actually improves the traction as opposed to if they had just left the stale rubber, it'd have been fine. But anyway, long story short, we thought that it could really take it. We didn't know how much boost it was going to make. All these questions were unanswered, so we just decided to throw all of it at it and see what it was going to do. And well, we had tire smoke from all four. I tried to pedal it, stay in it, get the thing going, but instead it decided to make the charge pipe leave the chat. So Jordan's getting the log pulled up now. We're gonna take a little bit of sauce out of the hit and go around for a third pull if we can make it happen. So. So basically, we sucked. We sucked bad. Tried to pull around for a third pass, and it just wasn't going to happen. We got up on the brake good. The charge pipe stayed on. All that was happy. But this time, we found boost cut. So I took the boost cut safety, and I moved it up to right where the map sensor stops at. So like I said, I have a 3-bar map in the truck. and I set the boost safety to right there where that guy ends, or like 31 pounds, and well, we smacked it. We ran smooth over the boost cut, ran right into it like a wall, and it immediately slowed us down. When you come to the racetrack, you have to expect failures from time to time, and that's what it was tonight. It really sucks because we didn't get to learn much. You know, usually there's something I try to take away from it, like if we sucked in one area, we can pick up in another. Well, that just wasn't us. We had issues and fought it all night. But that's what you do. Like, you don't just go fast easily. Things are gonna happen. It has to suck at some point, so that way when you do well, it's rewarding. And that's what I'm hoping for tonight. So, you know, even the best MLB players don't always hit a bomb every time they pull up. So that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm in a slump. We gotta get it fixed and get it right and come back on more power. So more power, baby. But, all right, so I couldn't end the video on a negative note. That's just not me. There's really not a lot of positives coming out of this. You know, like we talked about, there was a lot of struggles and things, but the truck drove back on the trailer, you know, so that's a positive. Like, there's so much more that could have been wrong with this. I could have, like, physically broken pieces, and I would have been in worse shape than I am in now. So I need to be thankful. I need to remind myself that although that we struggled with the truck and it didn't do exactly what we wanted, it's still in one piece. We threw freaking power out the at this thing. Like, we gave it gobs and gobs of power, like literally smoking all 4 tires on a pretty tight, it's no prep, but a pretty tight surface. So it's like things are happening. The ball is rolling. It didn't go our way tonight. You know, we threw a gutter ball. It wasn't a strike, but I think I've spoiled myself this season with doing well often. Like, every time I've gone to the track this year, I've pretty much made progression in one area or another. I've always found a way to make something out of nothing and improve in areas. And tonight, you know, since it's December and this is the first time that I haven't made like real leaps and bounds, I need to remind myself that that doesn't always happen. That getting better when you go to the track is a luxury, and it's nice to be able to do that at all. So the fact that we went to the track, made passes, threw power at it, and still were able to load it up is a big time win. So I just had to get that out there. It was just weighing on my mind while we were driving, that ending the video kind of on a downhill negative slope just is not me. That's just not what this is about. So if you've stuck around this long, please like, subscribe, share. We've got to tell people more about racing, in that there's so much more to it than just winning and losing and yada yada yada. There are so many people involved. There's so many things to learn. It's so many motivational reasons to get up and go to work on Monday. There's so many pieces to this that people need to get out and do this more. So again, I'm Digging Z71. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Hustle and race anyway.